Okay, what do we think? What do we think about my Christmas aesthetic? What do we think? I have a blanket, I've got some Christmas presents, I've got my sweater. Do we like it? I hope so. Hi, my name is Brooke, and if you happen to be new here, hello. I do ASMR videos on this channel, which are helpful for relaxation and anxiety. I also do a lot of food-related videos because I eat a plant-based diet, and I'm also 28 weeks pregnant, so I talk about a lot about that as well. I'm a dog mom, I'm from Minnesota, like there are just a lot of little things that I throw in to talk about, and I think that you might find something on this channel that you enjoy, even if it's not this. So browse around if you are new here. But if you are a returning subscriber, thank you for coming back. I'm glad to have you. I'm very appreciative that you are here. And let's just get into it. Long overdue pregnancy update. Just like my last one, it took me forever to actually make this video. I don't know why. I've been having a hard time making pregnancy updates because nothing has been happening. And I said that in my last video at 21 weeks, and it's still the same. Like, everything is the same. I swear. I don't know how else to describe it. When I was at my midwife appointment yesterday, she was like, so what questions do you have for me? What are you thinking? Did you bring any questions to talk about? And I was like, no. For the past 3 appointments, I've just been like, I don't have any questions. Nothing is going on. So that means 12 weeks because I have an appointment every 4 weeks. For the last 12 weeks, I've just been like, yep, I'm still just pregnant. So, I mean, there's nothing going on, you guys, which is good. It's very good. It's great to have an uneventful pregnancy. I'm very grateful for that. It's just that, yeah, it makes making videos like this a little bit difficult. So here's the sitch. I am 28 weeks and 4 days pregnant, and I have a negative blood type. I am Rh negative, which means that, well, I'm A negative, and so the Rh is negative. And that means that if I have a positive baby, so a baby with a positive Rh, like a positive blood type, that means that my body could potentially see that and be like, oh, this is bad, let's make a bunch of little antibodies and like kill it, right? That's what it thinks. I'm explaining this in a very non-scientific way because I'm not scientific, but that's essentially the lowdown. And with this pregnancy, it's not very likely to happen. It's just like if our bloods were to mix together. So chances are that would not happen until birth, right? So the problem is that once our bloods do mix together, so at birth, then my body recognizes, if she has a positive blood type, that she has a positive blood type, and so it remembers that that's there. So if I were to ever get pregnant again in the future, and it was a baby with that blood type, then my body would have already built up the antibodies to kill that clump of cells, right? To get rid of it because it's something foreign. So because of that, I have to get a shot of RhoGAM, 2 shots actually, once this week and then once at 36 weeks, because that shot basically prevents that all from happening. So it helps to protect me, to protect this baby, and to protect all of my future babies. So we don't have to get that shot if my boyfriend, CJ, the dad, has a positive or a negative blood type as well. So we are trying to figure out today, and we have to figure out by tomorrow morning, or I get the shot regardless, what his blood type is, because if he's also negative, then chances are our baby's also going to be negative, so there's really like no reason to get the shot, if that makes sense. So we're trying to figure out right now if my boyfriend has a positive or negative blood type, and if he has a negative blood type, then sweet, I don't need a shot of RhoGAM, and if he has a positive blood type, then bummer, I have to get one either way tomorrow. And it has to be by tomorrow because the first shot has to be given in the 28th week. So that's what's going on. And then there is a second round that you get at, I believe, 36 weeks, and it lasts until the baby's born. So yeah, that's like the only complicated situation that's been going on in this pregnancy. But either way, it'll all be resolved tomorrow. And I could have just gotten the shot yesterday, but I was like, well, I don't want to get it if I don't have to. So yeah, I got a few tubes of blood taken yesterday. They had to use a vein in my hand because my veins suck, and they had to use a butterfly needle, which is basically the needle that they use on newborn babies. And they had to use that and get the tubes of blood from my hand because my veins are so bad. She was trying so hard, and I was like, listen, it's not gonna work, lady. But anyway, we also met with our doula, which is a birth coach, basically. She's the one to kind of hold down the fort and make sure that I'm okay and that I'm comfortable and that everybody else in the room is comfortable. And we met with her for 4 hours at Starbucks a couple weeks ago, and it was really nice. It was super eye-opening for me, but also for CJ, because I think as a woman, you kind of learn things as you go, or maybe it was just me because I worked with children, I'm not sure, but I know so much about birth and like what could go wrong and how to do certain things, and CJ has no idea about any of that stuff. He just doesn't know, and it's not knowledge that he's gathered throughout his life. So it was really eye-opening for him, and he even told me, he was just like, I didn't know that so many things could go wrong. I literally thought that you just got pregnant and had a baby and that was it. I didn't realize that all of these things could happen. And I was like, well, duh. So yeah, it was very nice to meet with her, and we went through hours of what if this happens? Like, for example, if we had an emergency C-section, where I had to go to the hospital and get a C-section, who do I want in the room with me during the C-section? Who do I want to follow the baby afterwards? Who do I want to stay in the room with me? Do I want the curtain pulled back so I can see what's going on? Do I want this, that, all of these things that, even though we're completely planning on and counting on a natural birth in the birth center, there is a possibility that something could go wrong. So we went through all of those possibilities, and it made me feel a lot more comfortable because now I know what would happen if the worst were to happen. Whereas if we hadn't talked about it and all of a sudden I had to get an emergency C-section, and I would be like, oh my God, what's going on? What are they doing? What is this? Like, why can't I see anything? Like, now I know what to expect. So that's really nice. I've been feeling the baby kick all the time right now, even she's kicking. She moves all the time, and she moves so much that when she doesn't move, I'm like, oh my God, is she okay? And I kind of like just sit there really still, and then it's like telepathy. She'll be like, oh yeah, Mom, I'm good. And she'll just like give me a good movement, and I'm like, okay, sweet. And the nurse told me, or the midwife told me, that if I ever worry that she's not moving enough, to count her movements, and if it's less than 10 movements in a 2-hour period, then to call them, because something probably needs to be checked out. So after I got home, I was like, well, maybe, like, let me just make sure. And within like 10 minutes, she was at 17 movements. So I was like, all right, we're good here. She won't stop moving. But at this point, I've been feeling her kick now for 11 weeks. So since week 17, I've been feeling her. And I think I'm just so used to it now that it's not like, she's kicking. It's always happening, so that's why I think that maybe she's not moving enough, because like it just feels, she always is, so I don't know, does that make sense? I'm pregnant, whatever. I have not had any cravings yet. I've definitely been eating a lot more than the last time we talked, which is great. I have gained a little bit of weight since we last talked as well. For the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've been hovering at 151 to 152 pounds. So I'm still 10 pounds down from 9 to 10 pounds, depending on the day, 10 pounds down from my pre-pregnancy weight. Because I don't know if you have been following all of my updates, but I did lose 17 pounds in the beginning, almost 20 pounds, just because I couldn't eat. I never had any morning sickness or anything like that. I just couldn't eat. I wasn't hungry. So I've gained 7 pounds now, almost 8, which is cool. I hope that I just continue to gain weight at like a relatively chill pace. I'd rather not like just gain a ton of weight, you know what I mean? But whatever happens, happens. I'm just going to close this vent, but I'm not gonna cut because, oh, it's already closed. Never mind. Sorry, I just didn't want the air conditioner or the heater to be too loud for you. So one thing that I have not been doing as much as I should is exercise, because here in Minnesota, it's really cold, it's really snowy, it's very icy, and not cool because, yeah, I don't want to slip and fall on the ice. My dog is still like a puppy, and even though we have the gentle leader on her, she can still pull pretty good, especially because she's excited about the snow. So I have not been walking her as much as I should, and I was doing it every single day, at least a half an hour a day of like a really good exercise, a good walk. And that was good for me, good for the baby, good for her, but it's been too cold. I've been too scared to fall, but I got a good pair of winter boots, and we had a somewhat nice day, about 25 degrees, but no wind. And so we went for a walk today, and it was very nice. She really enjoyed it, but let me tell you, she's terrified of blow-up Christmas decorations, which is so funny. It's so funny to see that. Yeah, there was a huge, gigantic blow-up Santa in a yard that we passed by, and she flipped out. It was great. So, I have had some Braxton Hicks contractions. I had 3 in a 24-hour period, like a week or two, like 2 weeks ago, and it was different. What happened was I went for a walk with my boyfriend and my dog, and it was a little slippery, so I fell, but before falling completely, I caught myself, but the like clenching of my body, like catching myself on the ice so I didn't slip and fall, it hurt me really bad. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It just like, it funked with my body, and I ended up having a contraction during the walk, and then I had one when we got home, and then another one like the next morning or something like that. But other than that, nothing. Nothing like that to report. Just Braxton Hicks contractions. They're completely normal. What else? We haven't done much like getting ready for the baby because we can't really. We did have my baby shower and got so many wonderful gifts, but they're all just kind of sitting in our house right now because we're not sure if we're going to be living here or where we're going to be living, or if we are living here, where the baby's going to be. So we haven't been able to like pack anything away yet or get stuff out and ready because we just don't know what's going on. So that's a point of stress for sure, but we're dealing with it. I'm dealing with it. We're gonna be fine. I'm still going to therapy, which has been great. What else? Yeah, I mean, I guess that's really it. I've been drinking a lot more water. I wake up a million times in the night to pee. I don't have any food aversions or serious cravings. Really, like, nothing crazy has been going on at all. I've been trying to see my friends more which has not been going very well. Just like for my own mental health, like trying to get out and see my friends, but I don't know what it is. It feels like the time that I have in the day where everybody else has like 24 hours, I feel like I have like 6. And I don't know why that is, but all of a sudden the day's just over and I'm like, oh wait, but I didn't do anything. I don't know how to describe it. Then with the weather being bad too, I've been like kind of anxious to drive and like I don't want to drive in the snow and get into an accident. I don't know. Mental health has been like great in some areas and like a little iffy in others, so whatever. But yeah, we're in the 3rd trimester now and that is the home stretch. The baby is about 16 inches long and a little over 2.5 pounds. She's growing exactly the way she's supposed to, which is cool. And yeah, I mean, I'm growing a little bit too. Now people can like see that I'm pregnant. I don't know, some people say that they can't tell that I'm pregnant, but then again, strangers in the store will ask me how my pregnancy's going. So I don't know, like I guess it all just depends on how much I've eaten that day and what pants I'm wearing. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a bump shot before I conclude this video. And I really wish that there was more that I had to say, but there's not. Controversially, perhaps, I can still sleep on my stomach, and I do most nights, which I've been trying to read up on if it's bad or not, but everything that I've read pretty much just says you're going to be too large to even choose that as a position anyway, because it's just not comfortable, but that your baby is really protected in there, so it's not going to hurt them if you sleep on your stomach. I don't know, I sleep on my stomach side a little bit. So like I'm facing the side, I've got one leg up. It's not like full pressure down on my stomach, like face down. It's like a little to the side, but yeah, that's just how I can be most comfortable. But my belly is just not big enough for me to be uncomfortable with that yet, if that makes sense. Yeah, because if you watched my last video, you saw that my bump was just freaking ginormous, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and it was gone, and I didn't even look pregnant anymore at 21 weeks. But now there's definitely a little something there, and if I suck it in, it doesn't go away. So that's how we know it's a real bump. But here, let me just show you. I'm just gonna like get on my knees. Okay. So here is the baby bump. There. Oh no, I exposed myself. Yeah, so we got the boobs, the waist, the bump. I'm wearing my pregnancy leggings. Yeah, so really like there's not too much going on, but there is just enough to where sometimes, like you can see it through my Christmas sweater. I don't know. What do you guys think? How's my bump? Yeah. That's about it, guys. I'm gonna zoom back in so you can get the illusion that I have my life put together. Spoiler alert, I don't, but we can pretend that I do. Alright, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video and don't mind that I didn't cut anything or edit anything. I'm doing Vlogmas, so the video quality is going down just a smidge because I just don't have the time like uploading videos to edit every single one of them. So this one is just gonna be as is, and I hope that that's okay with you guys. I really appreciate you being here. I've had a lot of new subscribers come in the past, I don't know, like this whole season has just kind of been crazy, and every time I log on I have more subscribers, and I don't know why you're coming here and why you're deciding to stay, because I'm just like, just me, and I feel like I'm not very exciting and that my life is kind of boring, but whatever it is that you see about my videos and you think I want to stick around and keep watching her, thank you, and I really appreciate it a lot more than you know and a lot more than I can say, so thanks. And yeah, if you want more videos like this, if you do want me to do more updates even though nothing is really going on, then let me know in the comments below. Make sure to be subscribed to this channel and like this video if you liked it, and that way I know that you want more baby related content as opposed to my other types of content that I make that I talked about in the beginning of this video. And I'll see you in my next one, I hope. Please, please don't leave. Bye guys.